Welcome everybody to 2025. Hope you all had a good Christmas if you celebrate Christmas, and a good New Year. And what we got in store for you? Well, if you're new here, you'll expect to see me doing a little weekly update of what's gone on, what I've been up to. I chat about the weather as we do in England, we like that. But I like to storyline some of my birds. So some of the pairs I've put together, I like to do a storyline of how they're getting on through the breeding season, how their young are getting on, how they all prepare for the show bench, etc. And if we can win some of these rosettes, and that's what I like to do, a little bit different from the other channels, so you've got something nice to watch. So and I'll introduce some of those birds over the next few weeks, and we'll start with a couple of pairs today. I've also been having a little bit of a tidy up. This is the cupboard that needed tidying. I was going to do a before and after, but I took the after photo and it didn't look any different from the before photo. Yet there's a whole box of stuff I put up my loft, so I have no idea what's going on. I'll try and do it again, and I'll scratch my head on that one. I've had a couple of birds pass away, which is always sad. Over the new year we do get fireworks, we get horrible weather, and if any of your birds is a chance, that's the time they go. Unfortunately, one of them was a cock bird I was going to use. I know I obviously can't now. Another bird was a bird that I was going to move on. So sadly we've lost both cockbirds. All the rest are looking okay, but just those two, sadly. So I've had to rejig some of the pairs about. I think I've got too many pairs in the bird room. I'm going to try and reduce it. I think I was going to go for about 10 pairs. I think it's just too many. And I've got some birds moving on over the next week or two, and that'll make me some space, give me some cages that'll be empty. I can clean them out and get back on track, ready for the breeding, and that's where we're going to go from. So you've just been watching a little clip also of a lot of the birds that I'm moving on over on that side of the bird room, and you can see one got out just to have a look at the rest, to inspect, to make sure I'm getting rid of the right ones. Very active little birdie, very fit, obviously squeezed out of the bars of the cage. As I cleaned something, I hadn't put the tray back properly, and they'll find a way out. And so he had a little look round, he was caught up and popped back in the cage. No harm done. So, like I say, it's the start of the new year. So I've looked at all the products I've got that have a use by date, just to make sure that they're in date for the current year that's coming. I did get caught out last year on a product where I was using it, and it had gone past its use by, and it was no longer working properly, and I did lose a couple of birds. So it's worth checking maybe this time of the year as a first thing, ready for the year, sort it all out, make sure everything's all in order, all got good dates on. Some of them don't like being kept if it's freezing cold conditions, so you have to be careful with that kind of thing. So it's well worth having a look at any of your products you've got, just to check that out. So what else have we got? The weather. Cold. This is ice that was in the bird bath in the garden. A couple of snips of the birdies from artificial intelligence. One that's cold, one that's got snow, and here is a bit of snow in the garden. It doesn't look a lot. It did come down overnight, and it did start melting. It just goes to show it is very damp conditions, very cold conditions. And if you've got a bird, like I say, that's ailing a little bit, then unfortunately it can be quite devastating, the weather. But I think the birds need to know when it's cold, and then next week I'll be starting my progression towards getting them ready for conditioning for the second week of March, where we want to start pairing up and bonding, laying eggs, hatching, etc. So that's what we got. In the garden, it wouldn't be Christmas time without a robin in the garden, and here's ours. He's waiting for some of the we have goldfinches that come in and feed on the sunflower hearts. All the little bits drop into that container, as you can see. The blackbirds, robins, pigeons all dive in, clear that up nice and clean, nothing goes on the floor, so we don't attract any of our furry friends. So that was outside, and that was the weather. Now inside, this is one of the spare cockbirds I had, spare silver. He was singing his head off. I thought, fantastic. I put a camera next to him, And of course, you guessed it, he doesn't whisper another bird, not another note comes out of him. He's a lovely bird, so I thought I'd put a bit of a clip on for him. And he's, like I say, I think I'm going to keep him as a spare, just in case, because he's a lovely, lovely bird. He's done well in the competitions as well for me. Anyway, what else did we have? Last year, we had the Higgins boys rode into town, and they'd done so very well in the competitions. Others were very close too, which was nice to see, but they did maintain a really good presence. And they very kindly donated a pair of birds to me, which will now be called the Higgins line. And the Higgins line is a hen bird from Nigel, and she's got good markings. And the cockbird come from Danny, and I think I shall probably use the cockbird over with this pair, and also I'll put him with my best gold hen that I had last year. I was going to pair her up with another bird, but I think this is a better bird, and I think it would make sense to try and separate two nice lines, and that would be really helpful. So at least one round with my other bird, which I haven't got a photo of at the minute. I will get some video of her. Also, we've got from Mr. Matt Eld, he kindly brought over some Fife Canaries for me. I've got two pairs. I have no idea with Fifes, and I'm looking to learn as I go along with these. I bought a book on how to breed Fifes, and we're going to see if I can read and understand what it says. I'll be putting them down hopefully at the same time as all the lizards, because just to maintain that same level of feeding. At the minute they're all getting like pretty much a plain canary seed at the minute. Once a week I'll give them a little finger draw of egg food, and that's all I really give. A tiny bit of conditioning food if I think a bird's looking a little bit under the weather. That's it. That's all I'm doing at the moment. Like I say, another week's time I shall start increasing the light more. At the minute the light is on 10 hours a day, and that will continue till next Saturday, and each Saturday I shall extend it by 30 minutes, whether that's in the morning a little bit, 15 minutes, maybe 15 minutes in the evening, or whatever way round. That's what we'll do. We've also got, this is Mariah Carey bird, for those who watched last year, the Diva, and as you should say, she's not camera shy, and she's trying to stick her head right through your camera, right through your TV screens. Lovely bird. She's 3 years old now. She was a 22 bird. Got three lovely chicks out of her last year, as it is now. So we'll see what happens with her, and she's gone being paired up with a bird I got from Ray Anthony, which is a really lovely cock bird. So I'm looking forward to those. I'll get some clips of him shortly. And I'm also going to have, this is just a very quick clip of a pair that's from myself and Bob Snedden. So this is the Snedden line, and this hen on the left, the silver hen, she had 3 eggs, 2 young hatch last year. Unfortunately, both those chicks didn't make it. I did, after some tips from Graham Davis, I didn't lose any more after that, his tips, so thanks Graham. And I should be implementing that little strategy with these. And the bird on the right, neither of these two are colour fed. The one on the right is one of my birds that done quite well. And we'll see it'd be nice to see how our pairings have got on from myself and Bob Snedden. And looking forward to seeing what happens with them later in the year. Well, thank you everybody for watching another episode of Tweet Street and sharing your time with me. So if you'd like to comment, please do so. If you've liked what you've seen, please click a like so I'll get an idea of where we are. If you'd like to share what you've seen with others, please do so. Spreading the love of the hobby, that's brilliant. If you could subscribe, you'll get to know when future content's coming out. And if you'd like to take it further and buy me a coffee, basically that's offering a small donation towards the running cost of the channel, you'd be very welcome. So thank you all everybody, hope you're well, hope your birds are well, and we'll see you all very soon. Bye bye for now.